Our little crafting race league should be added as a permanent addition to Project Diablo 2. Specifically, with 4-month seasons, the Crafted League should probably run the last month of each season, bleeding into the season start itself. Now, don't get caught up if you don't like the Crafted League. Obviously, one of the reasons advocating for it is that people like it, and it's fun. That should always be the core concern, and if it stops being liked, it can go. However, I want to press to you all that the Crafted League is doing something phenomenal for us as a community that we were unable to solve ourselves. We are trading well again because the sense of community is back. Let's take a look at Counter-Strike for an analogous situation here. If you're unfamiliar, CS has been essentially the same game for 2 decades now. It's a simple but high difficulty curve first-person shooter with an incredibly vibrant professional scene. Counter-Strike has survived for so many years, even with its recent uptick in popularity and inevitable wave of toxicity and cheaters, because the top end of the scene has always been so close-knit as to have direct contact with the developers, and with each other. It's created its own history with eras of dominance by professional players that we now refer to things such as the Astralis era or the Envy era of Counter-Strike. Its resiliency as a game is a direct result of community investment in the community of professional players themselves, the ones with direct contact with those devs to make changes that they want. Go check out the CSGO subreddit, and you'll see as much news on the pros as you do on the game itself. And while we're here, Google the next event at Katowice or Cologne and see the crowds. It's really a surreal thing to be part of the Counter-Strike community, and once you're in, it's something which all of us inevitably return to, even after long breaks. Now, our situation here is fairly comparable to Counter-Strike, albeit on a smaller scale. We have good direct contact with our developers, we have a high-end professional scene, who all know each other, and we're invested in a game for its classic mechanics as opposed to just nostalgia bait. If there is a problem with PD2, it's the trading. It's that sense of community that seems to split between hardcore value traders and the dads trying to play between naps. And we have blamed everything from the trade site, natural human greed, griefers, tryhards, the devs, and even people writing insanely long-winded video essays. However, if you all have noticed, trading is back. It's fun again. I don't know about you, but that overwhelming sense of dread responding to an offer post is just gone. People will take gems and small runes for really great items. We've developed naturally over a weekend the sense of community that's been evading us for a few seasons now. Now, I hope it holds, but I suspect it will as long as the Crafted League continues. This reversion into small, self-found items has not leveled the playing field entirely, but now that you have the power to find the equivalent of a few runes instantly by getting Turs from the Countess is great. People are fun, negotiating, throwing around free gear and trades. There's one person on the trade site who I have always avoided and had to trade with last season. I said I would never trade with them again. Just the pain in the ass that they were. I just added him to my friends list after we had a great time flopping gear around. So what the hell is happening? In fancy pants statistical terms, we've lowered our Gini coefficient, I suspect, by changing how wealth is accumulated in PD2. In short terms, we're all on a more level playing field. And I don't think that should be the norm. I mean, as the regular season's grind fest is what makes Diablo 2 great, but this diversion into crafting has the chance to create a good bleed over effect into each and every season we start. Now, I'll hold off on my theory beyond the first sentence of this paragraph, but I think we've hit something grand here. We'll see if it holds. We'll see if it doesn't. But I, and hopefully all of you, might be noticing a slight uptick in your enjoyment with other players over the next few weeks. If you don't, or if you do, don't write it off as just a one-off thing. Throw your support behind making this a regular addition to season's end.